Hey folks, welcome back. 2 videos in a row. One yesterday and one today. What's up with that, huh? So, I had to I had to come on here. I'm done for the day out in the yard. I have yet to wash up. I dipped my head about an hour ago in the rain barrel. And I'll go in and wash up here in a little bit. I went through 2 yellow t-shirts today. They got so sweaty and so gross that I had to grab another t-shirt. It just happened to be an orange one, folks. Some of you know why I wear bright colors out and around. So I just had a visitor, an older gentleman, and sometimes you just got to hear what other people have to say. And he made a very valid point. He pulled in. He hadn't been here for, well, since last fall. And I have been going right to town out in the yard. I've been doing some clearing. I just got done mowing this morning by 7 o'clock in the morning. And it was so humid, folks, that I felt really gross. So, but anyway, I've expanded areas and modified areas and redid a few areas and put some more trees in. So, all that, right? And he pulled in and he says, "You didn't do all this by yourself, did you?" And I said, "What do you mean? Did what by myself?" He said, "Kid," he said, "I don't even have to ask that." He said, "I know you've done every bit of this. You've taken a wooded piece of land, you cleared it all off by hand, and you're making something for yourself." I said, "Yeah, it's taken a few years." I said, "It's been pretty steady. I know what I want, and I'm going to get what I want, if at all possible." And I said, "I'd like to be in a place in a few years where I can live pretty comfortable from everything that I've made for myself here." He said, you're kind of minimizing everything." He said, I know the work you've put in. I've been there. I've done it. It's a lot of hard work." He said, "You're pretty humble about it." I said, "Well, I don't go around tooting my own horn. I don't go around touting. I try to stay away from I statements and incorporate the we in there, right? I try to be good people. Some people really do get intimidated by a strong work ethic. And if you give them something, like I propagated a bunch of grape cuttings, spent a few months getting them to root. All they wanted was 2 or 3, and I gave like 20 of them away. And when I would ask someone if they would like some grape cuttings, a lot of people want to take them just because they're free. And then when it comes right down to having to learn how to transplant, learn how to grow grapes, and the maintenance that goes with that, they don't want to learn how to prune. And then they change their mind after you've dedicated a few to that person, right? Same thing went for a few other people. So I ended up with like 22, 23 grape cuttings I couldn't give away, right? So I finally gave them away. But when I would ask someone, "Hey, you want some grape cuttings? They're all rooted. They're all ready to go in the ground. They're nice and healthy. They're from my own stock here at my place, and they're seedless. Most of them seedless." And I've I've either got to put them in the ground, which I don't need any more grapevines, folks. I've got way too many. And or I've got to compost them, and that would be a shame to compost them. So we got a vehicle in the woods that's having a little bit of a running issue. So if you hear a vehicle revving up, that's what's going on. So anyway, they kind of looked at me like, why are you giving me some grapes? What do you want in return? Well, they didn't ask, but that was the look that I got. Now, folks, if I've got extra, I would much rather give them away to help someone start up their own little grape area than I would to throw them in my compost. I don't mind giving things away. It's just when it's expected. When it's expected for me to do all the work and they just come over and well, if I transplanted them for them and came over and pruned them, they'd like it even better, right? But I don't mind giving things away. I really don't. We should always be kind like that. Think of other people. Try to give them a head start. Try to give them a step up, a helping hand whenever possible. But when it's I don't want to say crushing, but it's right. So it bothers me when they ask what I want in return, when they know that I like to hand things out if I have extra. I don't get it. Not everything is, all right, I gave you this, now what do I need to give you? It's not like that. It's not like that, folks. So we all, like this older gentleman says, if we brag about everything that we do, I know I always say that I'm busy, and I am busy. I am busy right straight throughout the day, folks. It is really nonstop, but I don't go around bragging about it. Right? Sounds like it's skipping. I don't know, maybe not. So those that tout their own horn, those that get a title or a position or a degree and this or that, and they think all of a sudden they're a little bit better than those who do not have it. Folks, I know some people that are pretty highly educated. I got quite a bit of schooling myself. I do. I've got a lot of schooling. I got a lot of training. I don't go around and brag about it. I don't think I'm better than anyone else, because I know people who have a few degrees, or some even have masters, who all of a sudden, I've got all this education, so I know all the answers. I have all the answers, and they don't have a lick of common sense. Not a lick. And then you've got people who, the owner of the company that I work for, she's got 1, 2, 3, I don't know, master's degrees. And she's very humble. She's very kind. She doesn't go around touting. She doesn't go around bragging. She doesn't go around thinking because she's got all these degrees that she's smarter than everyone, she's better than everyone. We can't go around doing that, folks. That just makes us look bad, right? It does. Now, a lot of times I say we, even though it's just referring to me, myself, and I. Well, why not, right? So, boasting and bragging, there's no room for that in my life whatsoever. That's just not anything that I like hearing from others. You don't have to, unless you're proving it to yourself, you don't have to prove anything to anyone else. I don't have to prove anything for what I do here. If I wanted to brag and show off, I would walk the whole length of my property and I would show everything that I have done, explain everything that I've done, show everything that I've got. I'm not going to do that. For one, it's my own personal thing, and that's my own privacy. It really is. Folks, it just reminds me of that song, Always Be Humble and Kind. And it's true. You always got to be humble and kind. It makes you a better person. Sometimes when you're humble and kind, others feel that they can take advantage of that too, right? So when it comes to saying no, I can say no. When it comes to sticking up for myself or others, I certainly can do that and get the point across and then move on, right? If you think you're gonna belittle me, I don't tolerate that. I don't ignore that. Sometimes I ignore that. Depends on who it is. But after a while, the old Laura Jean attitude is going to come out, and you're gonna know that you've been spoken to, and I'm gonna tell you right where the bear shits in the woods, and I'm not bashful about it either. So you can be humble, you can be kind, you can be generous, you can be happy. But when there comes a time for you to speak up, you really need to speak up. I don't give a flying flip what anybody thinks of me, folks. I really don't. I don't care if anyone knows what I'm doing. My family doesn't even know what I've planted, what I do during the day. They don't know what I've got here. My stepdad always comments on the hops. But no one really knows what I do here. They know I'm busy. They know I get really dirty and I'm outside all the time. But they have never stopped in and taken a walk like across the road with me. They've never stopped and walked my apple orchard. They've never stopped and looked at my grapes or my garden or what project I'm working on. I don't say either. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I do in conversation. Oh, I'm working on this and I messed up on that, so now I gotta do this differently. And well, don't do what I did because that doesn't work and all of that. But I'm in my own little bubble here. I like my own little bubble. Am I loved? I'm pretty sure that I'm loved. But everybody's busy. I don't know what they're doing every day either. I really don't. So all I know is, yes, I started this from a patch of woods, and it was cleared mostly by my own two hands and a pair of loppers. It was. And I just learned to run a chainsaw last year, right? Which has made a big difference. Now I can cut big brush, right? So that has made a big difference, but now I have more ideas. Oh, I'll just cut all those trees there and extend my garden that way. I get into an awful lot of trouble that way. I'm getting too old for that. So anyway, there was a comment a while back where on one hand they said that I don't show enough of my life. Well, I don't have to. And on the other hand, I'm talking too much and not demonstrating. Well, I've been down this road before, folks. I had a mosquito bite my ankle. I'm not going to carry a GoPro on my head while I do things. I'm not going to follow myself around with a cell phone and a tripod. I will never get anything done. Be humble, folks. Be humble. Being humble is very becoming. And it's okay if people don't know what you're doing. It keeps them guessing. It just keeps them guessing. until one day they might come over and actually ask, hey, can I walk through your garden? Can I walk through your orchard? Can I walk through your grove? Can I look at your hops? Can I do this or can I do that? I'd like to see what you're doing. That would be awfully nice. This old gentleman took quite a while. He went up and down each row. He really liked my grapes. He really liked my hops. He told me I was ready to divide my comfrey. I agree. Um, but he's been there. He gets it. He understands the work that goes into creating a place and then maintaining it. So I don't even know why I have to even say this, but live your own life, folks. It doesn't matter what other people think. If you're happy and you're creating something for yourself, something that you want, then you need to keep doing that and enjoy every bit of it. Way down in the woods, folks. So anyway, to me it sounds like it's skipping, but it's probably just a big motor. I don't know, folks. So anyway, stay humble, stay kind, love one another, spread the love, share a smile. It's a really scary, ugly place right now. And anything and everything that we can do on our end, we need to keep doing that, whether people question you on why you're being so nice or why did you smile, because that's always going to happen, right? So anyway, I'm not going to listen to that. Oh, it just stopped. All right, well, I'm done too, so all right, bye-bye.